Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor. Updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. Brought to you by SCDHEC. Visit scdhec.gov for testing and vaccination sites. SCDHEC. Healthy people, healthy communities. In it together, SC and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council presenting Wellness Wednesday every week on Coping with COVID. The City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Agape Counseling and Training Services. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, visit Agape Counseling and Training Services at agapects.com. The Comet Bus System, offering free rides to get your COVID vaccine. Don't miss your shot. Visit catchthecomet.gov. Javis Financial Services, with over 20 years of experience. Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. Honest, professional, reliable computer sales and service. Palmetto Media Connections, connecting media and communities together. Coping with COVID from SCDHEC. In it together, SC, the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Services, the Comet Bus System, Javis Financial Services, Computers Unique, and Palmetto Media Connections.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Our fellow Americans.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans.
And soon, they will be available to everyone.
The science is clear. These vaccines will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
We told you yesterday.
It could save your life.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
That's the first step to ending the pandemic and moving our country forward. It's up to you.
Hey there, I'm Tre Tailor, and welcome to Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. I am Tre Tailor, and today we have a special presentation of the Iron Riders Motorcycle Club. It's not a motorcycle club. I keep saying that. It's a cycle club that makes exercise, enjoyment, and outreach. Also, the PGA, that's all coming up next on Coping with COVID. But first, your COVID community updates. The PGA Championship event will come to South Carolina. The Palmetto Championship will be held in June at Congaree Golf Club in Richland. Now, this is the first time the course, built in 2017, will be featured on national TV. The tourney will fill the spot left open with the cancellation of the RBC Canadian Open and will be the first time PGA Tour event will be held in South Carolina the same year. CVS Pharmacist has partnered with Benedict College to launch a vaccine clinic. Kelly Lynn is here with us. She's been with us, CVS, as a lead pharmacist in the hardscrabble area for the last 15 years. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us today on Coping with COVID.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So tell me, why was it important for CVS to partner, one, with Benedict College, and then to have it right there, on Two Notch Road?
As a part of our efforts to support the equitable distribution of COVID-19 vaccines, we're offering this free COVID-19 vaccines to eligible South Carolinians. And as of March 31st, South Carolinians ages 16 plus were eligible to receive the vaccine. So we're trying to help the Hispanic and Black populations have accessibility to the vaccines. And by partnering with Benedict College, we're in the community where people are able to get them without such hassle, or say going down to maybe the Gamecock Park or traveling long distances to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah, I love that this is happening, particularly in the community, because you're right. That's one of the problems with, actually Black and brown folks getting the vaccine is accessibility. Of course, we know the other problem is, how people feel about the medical profession in the first place. I don't know that we can do much about that. People feel how they feel. And I do know that there's some efforts to go door to door and really talk to people. But I do think having it here within walking distance, and there's a lot of foot traffic in this area, will prove beneficial. Now, tell me what people have to do to participate and to get their vaccine.
Okay, so vaccines are offered from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. inside the Benedict Community College Learning Center. The Learning Center is located at 1903 Two Notch Road in Columbia. Now, to make an appointment, because appointments are required and they are available, you call 855-287-6789.
All right.
We also have bilingual agents available Monday through Friday. 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. and on the weekend at 8 p.m. If you need transportation assistance, when you register for your appointment, the agents can provide free information about discounted rides and free rides provided by Lyft.
Oh, that is awesome. So transportation is available. Lyft. I know the Comet bus system is also giving free rides, and people do have to make an appointment. So Kelly, listen, what happens if somebody just rolls up and says, I don't have an appointment, but I just want to get my vaccine? Can I get the vaccine?
Well,
we're a challenged girl with planning.
Yes. But what happens if they are able to put you on a list? So if, say, somebody else doesn't show up, you provide them your telephone number. They're able to call you or help you get an appointment for another day so you're able to get that vaccination. We're trying to make it accessible. We're trying to do as much as we can to accommodate those who doesn't have a computer, who can't maybe stay on the phone long. So we're trying to help in every way we can.
Great. We're talking to Kelly Lynn. She is with CVS. She's been a leading pharmacist for the last 15 years. She's working in the hardscrabble area. So if you're over there, say hey to Kelly. But Kelly, so listen. Oh, all right. So people have to make a call or go online to make an appointment. How long between the time that they contact you guys before they get their appointment?
So sometimes, like say today, Friday, the appointment's open. You go on CVS.com, you check availability status. We have appointments that are open sometimes the next day. Sunday, you just have to stroll through. We have different appointments at different locations. And they also tell you which vaccine is being administered at which site. And I know some patients call and they want this site versus this one. So at Benedict College, we're administering the Moderna vaccine.
Right. Good.
So
I'm glad. I'm
ahead.
glad you mentioned that, because I was going to ask which vaccine, because we know now that people 16 and older are eligible. Pfizer is actually the only one that is administering for 16-year-olds, correct? 16, 17-year-olds.
Yes, 16. Everybody else is at this time making, they have clinical trials going on, but it's forthcoming. It's forthcoming.
Yeah. I just read an article. I can't remember. I think it was Pfizer that said that they were doing studies on 12-year-olds, 12 to 16-year-olds.
12 to 16.
Yeah, and they are trying to seek emergency approval from the Food and Drug Administration to go ahead and start vaccinating younger people, which will be key as we head back to school in the fall.
Correct. Yes. They've shown some promising data with that. It looks like they're going to the FDA by the end of April to get that EAU.
Oh, wow. That'll be great. So you mentioned that people can call and get an appointment, not only for Benedict, but they can call and get a appointment for any of the locations that CVS is
correct. Yes, ma'am. Yes, they can call. They're able to help them with any site that they're close to. Coming up in the future, I know that CVS is partnering to try to do a mobile van to actually go along to in the rural areas to help with vaccinations, to help with the accessibility that we're facing in the Black and brown populations.
Yeah, and that's great. That's great. I was talking to Congressman Codman a couple of weeks ago, and he said that he and the governor actually talked about those mobile vaccination units going into those rural areas who have limited access to healthcare, to transportation and things of that sort. So I love that. And CVS, not only in the pharmacies, are offering it. We've been reporting here on Coping with COVID. CVS also is administering the vaccine in those locations within Target stores also.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We were at Target stores administering the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Right now, we're having a shortage of Johnson & Johnson due to the manufacturer errors, but hopefully, Johnson & Johnson is able to overcome that and start the shipment back.
And a lot of people want that J&J because it's one and done.
Yeah. But I understand everybody wants J&J one and done, but I would suggest for everybody, get whatever vaccine is available to you at this time. That's the only way this pandemic, we're going to end the coping with COVID so we can go back to life as a new normal, not back to normal, but as a new normal.
Absolutely. Kelly Lynn is with us. She is a pharmacist with CVS. She's been in the pharmaceutical business for 15 years. She's working at the Hardscrabble location right now. So people can go in, they can call, they can go on the website. The information is on the screen. Make an appointment, and they can get an appointment in as little as 24 to 48 hours. And as you said, they can make an appointment for the Benedict College location or any of the locations that CVS is administering the vaccine, and you are doing Moderna.
Yes, ma'am. The one that's at Benedict is doing Moderna. That's the one you can call by appointment. They can't do that one online, but the telephone number for that one is again 855-287-6789. We have people on staff till 11 p.m. during the week, guys, to make an appointment. We're just trying to get it out there and get everyone a vaccine.
Great. One last thing, Kelly, I want to ask, are you also giving people their second appointment? Because people need to get that second appointment too, to get the follow-up shot.
So when you make your first appointment, your second appointment is also scheduled at the same time. So that you'll know both appointments at one time. So that it would be, you won't have to call back or anything like that. Both are done at the same time.
Awesome. This is Kelly Lynn, the pharmacist with CVS. She's been doing that for 15 years. She's at the Hardscrabble location. She's been talking to us about the new Benedict College vaccine clinic. As Kelly said, call the number, make your appointment, get scheduled to get the vaccine. It's available at Benedict College, although CVS is administering vaccinations, as you've heard us say here on the show, at several of their CVS locations and locations within Target. But if you live near Benedict College, please, 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 as Kelly said, go ahead and make that call, go online, get your appointment, and not only will you be able to get vaccinated, you'll get your follow-up appointment also. And Kelly, you said that if people have challenges, because there are some side effects, there are some normal side effects. Let's talk about that and what people can do if they're experiencing some side effects before we let you go.
Okay, so you will have some side effects because that's our normal signs of our body building a protection to our COVID-19 virus. So some of the common side effects
it doesn't mean anything is wrong.
Right,
it means
nothing is wrong. It's your body's normal reaction to build up that protection. Right. So your common side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site. You may have a fever, headache, chills. You may feel tired or fatigued throughout your entire body. But we suggest that people take Tylenol, and it's about 24 to 48 hours of just a minor side effects for your body to build that protection against that COVID-19 virus. And then it goes away. So just like you said, Ms. Trey, is nothing wrong. It's just your body's normal reaction.
Awesome. Kelly Lynn with the CVS Pharmacies. Don't forget, the information is on the screen. Get your vaccine. Benedict College is administering those. Not only can you get your appointment, you can get information about any side effect that you might have, and they're going to give you a follow-up appointment too. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us today on Coping with COVID, and thank you for the work that you're doing in our community. We appreciate you, lady, and good luck to you. God bless you too.
Thank you.
I'm Tre Tailor, and you are watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. I want to tell you about some breaking news. Thank you to our producer, Lauren Grant, for alerting me about the U.S. Capitol is on lockdown, and 2 officers are injured after a man exited the vehicle brandishing a knife. I will tell you more about that as more information becomes available here on Coping with COVID. SCDHEC has your most up-to-date listings of times, dates, and location for COVID testings, vaccinations, and also flu shots in South Carolina. Visit scdhec.gov for more information. You can also visit gogettested.com if you want to get a COVID test. Several testing sites are open. But at Go Get Tested, you can actually get tested in 4 different areas of the United States. Get your appointment, location, and results in 48 hours. Now, the DHEC Care Line is still open and available for testing, vaccinations, organizing a COVID screening at your event or in your neighborhood, and transportation to get a test. Speaking about transportation, if you live in Richland or Clarendon County, paramedics there offer in-person COVID screenings. Call 911 for more information. COVID vaccinations are happening once again throughout the state of South Carolina. Just want to highlight a few. Lexington Medical Center is offering COVID vaccinations at Lexington Medical Center. You see that information on the screen. They've also partnered with Brooklyn Baptist Church to offer COVID vaccinations at Brooklyn Baptist Church Monday through Friday and also on Sunday. Now, if you are a vet, vets are being handled with COVID vaccinations at the VA. All vets can go to the VA to get their COVID vaccination. Kroger pharmacies are also offering COVID vaccinations. Check the screen for more details there. And as you heard Lynn just mentioned, CVS pharmacies are doing COVID vaccinations, not only at CVS, but also at the Target stores with CVS. And again, as we just mentioned with Lynn at Benedict College. Now, if you need a ride to get your vaccination, don't miss your shot. Go to the Comet. The Comet bus system is giving free rides to vaccinations. You can catch the Comet and don't miss your shot. The folks from the Comet will actually be on Coping with COVID next Thursday to talk about that and all of their upcoming initiatives. Now, if you or someone you know is a senior citizen and they're having some challenges getting their COVID vaccination, they can call or visit the Get Set Up email address. You can get help making your COVID vaccinations. Free classes are available at Get Set Up. Now, if you need some help with your mortgage, the NAACP Housing Assistance Program will help landlords, mortgage companies, and tenants. The South Carolina Bar Association and SC Legal Services also have a toll-free number and website for rental and mortgage help. And the Richland County Rental Assistance Program will open up Monday, April 5th. Go to richlandcountysc.gov for more information. Here's the thing about that, and I think we have a graphic for that. Hey, Mitchell Peace Joy Jen, thank you for joining us. The thing about that is, even though the application doesn't open up until Monday, all you have to do is go there and find out what information you need, what paperwork you need. Go ahead and get your paperwork together now so that by Monday you can go ahead and apply for these funds that are available through Richland County, and that you'll have all of your paperwork in order, and then you'll be qualified to get those funds. Also, the City of Columbia 6-month payment plan for water bills is still available. You can also get payment assistance up to 75%. And Rashonda Pratt's YouTube channel. Folks are still working and schooling online. Go ahead and subscribe to her YouTube channel and get the information you need. The Affordable Care Act, Obamacare open enrollment is going on until August 15th. Rosalind Goodwin with the South Carolina Hospital Association is going to join us here real soon to tell us about all of the new initiatives. More people are able to qualify, and you'll be able to get more tax credits. So go to signupsc.org or healthcare.org and get your health insurance through August 15th. Finally, the Black Lives Matter Scholarship Fund is open and available. They want to help millions and millions of African Americans to get the money they need. They're giving out $1,000 grants that you don't have to pay back. They are giving special consideration to transgender single parents and also those formerly incarcerated. Go to Black BLM Survival Fund and you can see the information on the screen for that. I'm Tre Tailor, and you're watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, don't forget that Coping with COVID is streaming live on the Tailor Made production page on Facebook. Also, 2 Tre Tailor pages on Facebook. Would you go over there and hit like and share and follow so that not only you can watch Coping with COVID, you can get all of your COVID-related updates. We're also streaming live on YouTube, so please go over there and hit the subscribe button. Also, we're giving away this awesome book. It's the Dash for Good Health Southern Style Cookbook. Let me tell you something. I'm not a cook. I wish I was, but I'm not. But this is such an easy to read. You see, it's got the calories there. This is such an easy to read book. Tasty cabbage, glazed carrots, cheesy sauce for vegetables, chicken gumbo, healthy granola. They even have a section in here where you can get your grocery list. These are Southern cookbooks. These are Southern recipes with a healthy twist. So it would be great for this weekend if you're going to have a big bang dang doodle for Easter. If you want it, you can get it. All you have to do is either post in the chat, I want my Dash for Good Health cookbook. If you'll post in the chat and give me your email address, that would be amazing so that I can get your mailing address. I don't want you to put your mailing address in the chat. That's your business. But if you'll put, I want a Dash for Good Health in the chat and or your email address, we'll get your mailing address and make sure DHEC mails this out to you. You not only get the cookbook, but you also get a Coping with COVID face mask. It's the Dash for Good Health cookbook, and we are hooking you up with it absolutely free here on Coping with COVID. We are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Jen, we're coming back with the Iron Riders Cycle Club and my interview with them. That's next on Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor.
Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. It's brought to you by SCDHEC. Visit scdhec.gov for an updated list of testing and vaccination sites and info to help protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. In it together, SC and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council presenting Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday on Coping with COVID. The City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Visit columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Services. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their lives. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, visit Agape Counseling and Training Services at agapects.com. The Comet Bus System, a fast, fun, friendly transit system that can take you anywhere you want to go in the Midlands. So don't miss your shot. Catch the Comet and get a free ride to get your COVID vaccine. Visit catchthecomet.gov. Javis Tax Services, South Carolina's premier full-service financial provider with over 20 years of experience. Palmetto Media Connections, connecting media and communities together. And Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. Call Daniel for honest, professional, reliable, and knowledgeable computer sales and service. Coping with COVID from SCDHEC. In it together, the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Services, the Comet Bus System, Palmetto Media Connections, Javis Financial Services, and Computers Unique.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Need health insurance? Call Javis at 803-419-1001. Javis can get you health insurance premiums as low as $0, plus other low-cost and affordable options. 803-419-1001. Let Javis help you file your taxes. And if you need it, get a cash advance from $500 to $6,000. Javis Tax Services, 803-419-1001. Javis Tax Service. JavisTax.com. Computers, they're a part of our everyday lives, but when they're not working, they're an everyday problem. So call Computers Unique, your everyday solution. 803-351-5821. Is your computer running slow? Won't turn on? Do you need a screen replaced? Or maybe you just need another computer? Well, Computers Unique is your one-stop shop for all your computer needs. They have a wide variety of new and pre-owned PCs, Macs, and tablets. So call Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall, 803-351-5821. 803-351-5821.
Hey, welcome, Sharpine Rider.
COVID-19 has changed how we express our faith and gather to worship.
We all want to get back to how we pray,
how we congregate, how we lift our voices in praise. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to spreading the word without spreading concern.
Before we can safely come together, we need the facts.
As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it?
Is it safe?
Should I wait?
It's okay to have questions. Now get the facts. Learn more at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Hey, welcome, Sharp Iron Riders. We are now doing the Sharp Iron metric. These guys are throwing it down on me. But that's all right, that just makes all of us better. We just made a quick stop after 2 hours on the road, and we're gonna continue riding for about another hour and a half. Finish up this metric plus, and I'm going home and get some good day's sleep. How about the rest of you? All right, we'll be catching up with you. All right.
Hey, I'm Tre Tailor, and we are here with the Sharp Iron Riders Cycling Club, because I've been saying it was a motorcycle club, and these are not motorcycles. But I came in my motorcycle gear. I don't think this is my motorcycle gear. This is just a beautiful Saturday morning. And Tyrone Mitchell, thank you so much for, really kind of reaching out to me about your group. This is amazing.
Well, thank you for taking the time to come.
Yeah.
And I know I was joking with you. I said if she shows up in leather boots and high heels, thinking she's going to be riding on the back of a motorcycle, she's going to be in for a big surprise.
No, but see, I got my.
That's good.
I'm ready to ride whatever's going, whatever's
good.
happening. And you
That's
guys
good.
are a motorcycle riding club.
There you go again.
Oh, I just say it again.
This is the fun part about this.
A bike. All right, so before we get into the meeting and everything, tell us who you have with you here. Some of your
this
members.
is my cycling buddy, and we share the same last name, Rufus Mitchell.
Rufus Mitchell.
And my buddy here, Charles Sidner.
Charles Sidner.
I promised him I wouldn't mess up his last name, so we just call him Silent today.
Silent Bob. We're going to find out how long he's going to be silent on this interview.
That's right.
So the most noticeable thing to me about the club is that it is scripturally based.
That's
Proverbs
right.
27:17. Tell me about that.
It came about because I was riding with somebody one time. And matter of fact, when we first moved here, my wife and my family, we moved to South Carolina. I was riding by myself. And I was with a group, but the group left me.
Oh, wow.
But one brother stood at the corner and he said, he says, not many of us are out here. And that's what he said. He said, so I'm not going to leave you, just follow me.
Right.
And then we began to build a friendship. And we said, you know what? I said, that reminds me how iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
And then I came back to him. I said, you know what? We're going to start a group called the Sharp Iron Riders, based upon Proverbs 27:17, because the goal is for us to help one another. Right. And as we kept riding together, and the name just kept sticking. And I said, you know what? Let's move this to an official state. Because what I was seeing was that a lot of people would go out and they'd start riding bicycles, get involved, and then they'd let it go. And the reason why many of them let it go is because the people they were riding with were not friendly, were not welcoming, were not teaching them how to become better. Oh, wow. And I said, I've always enjoyed riding from when I was a child. And I said, if there's anything that I'm going to do is I want to help people be better. Yeah. And then that was the whole purpose of iron sharpens iron. So Sharp Iron Riders, that's what we do.
So how long have you guys been in existence?
Let's see. I'm going to. There's a thought process, and then there's a legal process.
How long you been riding?
I've been riding for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Since we moved here, then I started riding with Charles. It's been about about 5 years. And then Rufus, he said he heard about me, and then he came along. He's been riding with me for about 5 months now, right?
Yeah. So what did you hear?
Well, actually, from Silent Bob.
Let me just say, he did say something just now. I don't know if you heard.
But yeah, actually, just by chance, I happened to meet Charles. And I was looking for places to ride, people to ride with. And Charles told me about a specific meeting place one time, so I came and met up with the people that were there. And as we were riding, he was like, I was asking him, I said, well, are there any groups or anything of that nature that you can join? And he said, well, there's a guy named Tyrone. And he said he's got a group. I said, okay. I said, well, I'd love to meet him because I'm interested in it, and I like to get into races.
So you were just riding. You were just riding by yourself.
By myself.
Right. Yeah.
And lo and behold, as we were coming down one of the hills, off in the distance, you could see a light flashing. And he's like, I think that's Tyrone.
Wow.
And sure enough, a few minutes later, he called up to us. He's like, there he is.
Yeah.
And he and I started talking as we were riding, and one thing led to another, and here I am. Yeah.
So you have it based on iron sharpen iron. So are you guys doing other things other than riding?
Yes. See, when I started cycling and then I designing my own, we call our uniforms kits. Mm-hmm. I started designing it as one way to not just show a scripture, but also to advertise my business.
Right. Okay.
Because in my financial business, I always wanted to find ways to get my name out into the community. And I said, if I'm out here riding my bike 5-6 hours at a time, there's no better way to advertise than put the whole side on my back.
Yeah.
That started happening, and then I started branching out to find ways to impact the community. Mm-hmm. And then so what we do is that when we're riding, we really look at how we're going to help our young children. I can't begin to tell you how many times I'm out on a group ride and I see the kids, they just wave. Yeah. They're smiling. And one time we were on a ride in Orangeburg, and it was about maybe 150 riders. We were just riding, but when the people saw me and my other riding partner, they came out and they said, look. And then every year the kids were just lining up. Then I said, you know what? We need to show representation. And that's what really happened. And I'm going to say this because it has come up. We are not a black club.
Right.
We are a bicycle club.
Right.
We ride with anyone. If you can get on a bike and pedal,
you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It just so happened that the folks that are gravitating toward the group are those who are looking to feel welcome. Mm-hmm. And that's what we do. So I just finished doing a fundraiser with a friend of mine. He rides an electric bike. Oh, okay. He doesn't pedal, he just presses a button. So he was doing a ride.
Slacker.
Well, he has a story, okay? Because he's a hard survivor and everything, but it was the fact that he was out on the bike.
Yeah.
He was raising money to fight childhood cancer. Oh, wow. And so I felt it was an honor to represent the Sharp Iron Riders to help with that. Earlier this year, we were going to do a fundraiser for a group that helps children with sickle cell. And as a matter of fact, I think you may have heard the Be Strong group. Yes. So I did a fundraiser, a fundraiser for them about 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So we were planning on doing something again in the event to help bring recognition to that. Those are the type of things. And when I go to Orangeburg, there's the police department there. They have a group of officers that give bicycles to needy children. Oh, wow. So Sharp Iron Riders is the focus is to help the community know that there are folks out there who care. Yeah. I hope I'm not babbling, but it's just for me, it became a mission.
Right.
Because I see so many bicycle groups ride through the community and never go back to support it.
Wow. This is Tyrone Mitchell. We're talking to him. He is with Sharp Iron Riders Cycling Club. And he's here with two of his members, Rufus and Charles. And we've been talking about how the organization is so much more than just riding. It is a social group. It is an organization that's really giving back to the community. So people are interested in riding with you. What do they need to do? Are you accepting riders?
Oh yes.
Now
yes.
see, here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
I even brought a bike for you.
I know, and I'm a ride. But here's the thing. They really ride. They're not just, I don't, my shoes don't lock into my shoes. So these are the cycling shoes. I want to show everybody. Y'all are really, do you have to be a professional rider?
No, you don't. You don't. You just have to be, you don't have to be a professional. You just have to be a personable.
Okay.
The type of person we can relate to.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Because I can't begin to tell you how many people that I'm on a ride with, and we're just striking up a conversation, and there's and many of these times happen with women, right? and I say that because many of the groups are male dominated,
right?
And they intimidate. So
they intimidate the women?
Yes.
Well, single women. Let me just tell you.
Okay.
Women, this is a whole different conversation, Charles,
Okay.
because I know that you're married. Are you married? Are you married? Yes. Charles? Okay. Well, then the three of y'all, it does not pertain to. But women, single women, are always looking for an opportunity to connect with single men, and they don't know how. I mean, really right now, nobody's going out to the club. There are people, but for the most part. So to hear that there may be eligible men in a bicycle club, that's just another way that people can connect and meet people. Because there's a big issue, and I've done a lot of research, and I've done several singles events for years, and there is such a concern with single women in particular. Men don't have a problem meeting women because there are more women than there are men, but women want to know where they can meet, their brother, and specifically African American women or women of color.
Well, there's one brother that rides with us, but he's away right now.
It's one single man.
No, there's a couple more. There's a couple more. Sean, if you're listening. Okay.
So women, single women?
Yeah. I put them on the spot. But we do that because we love each other. We look out for each other. Even the way we ride our bikes. All right, there's one person in the front, and his job is to call out the obstacles that can be coming in the way. Okay. And then there's somebody in the back, and his job is to make sure that we know that there's traffic coming up from behind.
That's very cool.
And we do these things, and that makes us depend on each other.
Yes.
So when we're out there riding, we're constantly looking out for each other.
So how often do you guys ride?
Typically, anywhere between maybe 3 to 4 times a week.
Oh, wow. So and how long are the rides?
It depends on the stages. We're all at, I would say, different stages. Rufus.
Well, Rufus told me he wanted a race, so he must be in great.
Yeah. So, but Rufus, you've been riding with the club for about 5 months. And when you first started, you was how often were you riding?
2 to 3 times a week, possibly.
Okay.
And then when you started riding with me,
it was like every day. Every day.
And so then how long are you riding? An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours?
During the week, we typically like to go off about an hour and a half.
Okay.
And then on Saturdays, beautiful day like this, we'll go out anywhere between 4 to 5 hours.
Now, during those 4 to 5 hours, are you constantly riding? Are you riding, stopping, eating, stopping, talking? I mean, or is it slam 5 hours straight ride?
Let's understand this. It depends on the group. Okay. If I am, like today, we went out for a ride today, and there was a couple of people that weren't up to our fitness level.
Right. Well, that's good to know because you don't want to intimidate anybody.
Right.
So you're saying ride at your own pace.
That's right.
If y'all are riding 5 hours, you can't handle 30 minutes.
You do the 30 minutes.
Be your 30 minutes, and then
And that's what I share with people. I said, listen, don't worry, don't try and keep up with me. What I want you to do is come out, ride. If all you can give me is 5 miles, you do your 5 miles. And when we're finished and we get you back safely, guess what? I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
But the key
but
is,
you are going to make sure they get back to where.
Yes.
That's good.
I
That's
had
good.
one
So
lady,
it really is a fellowship.
Yeah, one lady came out and we rode from here to Little Mountain and back, and that day was about 100 miles. And on the way back, she missed the turn. And the guy that came with us said, "You don't have to worry about." I said, "No, you don't understand. You start with me, you finish with me." Yeah. And then I rolled around and I finally found her, and we brought her back safely. And she thanked me ever since. And that's what we try and do.
So ratio male to female?
9 to 1.
Yeah.
About
9 men to 1 female?
Yes.
And how many are in the group?
Oh, you talking about in the group?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the group, you're simple, right, isn't it? Yeah. I was thinking.
But then how many sharp iron riders are there?
We are. There's about 9 of us.
Okay.
9 of us.
So there are 9 and
Yes.
1 female.
And 1 female. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's funny because I was thinking in general.
Yeah. No, I was
9 to 1.
Yeah.
But we are about 9 to 1 right now.
So if anyone rides and you're interested in joining Sharp Iron Riders, they are actively seeking members and women. There's 1 woman in there with those 9 men. So. And so to ride, you need a helmet. You need your helmet.
Yes, you do.
You need your helmet.
Now
what's this on your helmet?
Well, I make YouTube videos. Our YouTube
so
channel.
You got a camera on yours.
Our YouTube channel is Sharp Iron Riders on YouTube.
Right.
And so what I do is I make videos when I'm riding, and then I take the videos and I develop it as a training session. Mm-hmm. Because in the wintertime, most of us are indoors. We can't really get out.
Yeah.
So I make the videos and use them for training sessions. If you go on our YouTube channel, Sharp Iron Riders, and look up the video, Follow the Leader, you see what I'm training Rufus. Yeah.
Yeah, that is so cool. And then you got your gear.
Yes.
Yeah, your little cute little short shorts. Jacket. They're very cool. What is the investment, do you think? And do you need a specific kind of bike?
It depends on what type of road bike.
You need a road bike.
Not a hybrid, not a mountain bike, not a cross bike. We mostly ride road bikes.
Right, because you are doing long distance.
Yes.
But again, if they're starting out, they can start out with what they have, and then once their endurance gets up, then they can switch.
They could
do that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, how much does a bike usually cost? What's the average cost?
Okay. You want to pause that for a moment?
No, just tell me. I mean, so we talking about a couple of $100?
No, dear.
Okay. All right. Well, as you said, you can start out with the bike you have.
Start with what you have.
Start out with the bike you have, and then,
May I say something, Trey?
Yes.
I'm glad you did mention that. Yes. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to start the club. All too often, people are going out and they're buying bicycles that are too expensive. The average entry-level bicycle for a road bike is going to be at least $1,500 to $2,000.
Okay.
And that comes without the pedals.
Oh, Lord.
Okay? That comes without a lot of things. And all those things.
But this is a road bike.
Bike. No, just average bikes nowadays.
Average bike. Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's becoming more specific. Now they're telling you, okay, you got to have a bike to ride the road. You got to have a bike to ride the gravel. Folks, you can spend money that you don't necessarily need to be spent. Okay. And what I wanted to do with the club is to have a information base. So you don't have to do that.
Right.
During this COVID, what I learned how to do was build my own bicycle.
Oh, wow. So you're building bikes?
Because
here's the thing, everybody ain't gonna build a bike, right?
But it was,
I'm not building no bike.
No.
I wouldn't hire you to build my bike.
But I'm just saying is
I
that
hear what you're saying.
We don't have to go to those
to the bike shop.
The bike shop.
And spend $2,000.
And spend $2,000. You're done. If you get out and you got $100 bike.
I got $100 bike.
Well, okay, you know what?
My bike may need to be $50.
That's okay.
Today.
Because my adage is this: it's not about the bike; it's about the person on the bike.
Right. Yes.
Okay. So if you can ride that $50 bike,
I can ride my $50 bike.
Then bring it next time and we ride it. Okay.
All right.
That's what we do.
And then you're gonna upfit it to be a $1,500. You're not a miracle worker, all right?
No.
So, Sharp Iron Riders, cycle Cycling Club,
Yeah.
Proverbs 27:7, iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. This is really great. Now, do you have anything coming up that you want to talk about?
Well, most of the events that we did have planned have canceled out because of
because of COVID.
But what we're going to be doing coming up is that we're developing a website where you can see all of our upcoming events, and we particularly believe that should be up and running for January 1st.
Okay.
But most of the information about us can be found on the website, not the website, excuse me, the YouTube page, Sharp Iron Riders, and also Instagram, Sharp Iron Riders. The events that are coming up that we may participate in individually, just group rides, just getting folks out to get a chance to have fellowship and friendship and have a little fun.
Okay, great. So the information about Sharp Iron Riders is on the screen, so please check that out. You can contact Tyrone. His contact information is on the screen too. So if you are interested in riding, and again, don't let your skill level or lack of skill level or the type of bike you have deter you, because as Tyrone, Rufus, and Charles, who again has said a lot since he said he wasn't going to say anything, don't let any of that deter you, because not only are these guys just really great guys and supportive, they'll meet you where you are. So Sharp Iron Riders Club, if you're looking for great exercise,
right.
We've had some beautiful days. So take up a new hobby, or if you have been riding, check out this riding group. Again, the information is on the screen, so please get in touch with them. All right, Tyrone,
well, thank you.
Rufus, Charles, thank you guys so much for joining us on this beautiful day.
Yes.
I'm Tre Tailor. Thank you so much for joining us on Coping with COVID.
Parkway about 25, 30 miles. You got thousands of people out there riding.
And as I always like to share with you, good opportunities come when you do good things. Today, we had the privilege of being interviewed by none other than the award-winning broadcaster, Ms. Tre Tailor.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
Shout out to Olivia.
Hello. That's right. And I have my buddies with me, Charles, Rufus. And many of you have seen them before on the videos where they beat up on me, you know. I try to keep up with them. But needless to say, we're out here, once again, just letting you know that we're constantly trying to make sure that people have a positive image about things in their community. So when you get a chance and you get out on the road of your life, remember, may the road rise up to meet you, may the wind forever be at your back, may the sun shine upon you with his warmth, may the rain fall upon you ever so gently. Until the next time when we can cross each other's path, may the God of heaven hold you in the hollow of his hands. This is T.S. Mitchell, aka Spin Diesel, and these are my friends.
Awesome. Want to thank so much the folks, T.S. Mitchell and the folks at Sharp Iron Riders Cycling Club for that great session that we had several months ago. Hey, Regina, I love your idea. Did you guys see Regina says she doesn't even know how to ride a bike, but she's launched a group in her neighborhood of boys teaching boys how to repair bikes, which I love, love, love. Would love to connect. I would love to connect you with them. Hey, Jen, did you see Regina's information. Did you see her comment? I'm going to connect you and your husband with Regina, because I love that idea of the young boys, repairing bikes. So maybe that's something that you guys can coordinate with together. Thank you so much. All right. So listen, don't forget about the Dash for Good Health Southern Soul Cookbook. It is from SCDHEC. It's such an easy to read, great cookbook. These are everyday recipes that have a healthy twist. So if you want the Dash for Good Health cookbook, just please put in the chat, I want a Dash for Good Health. Please send your email address. I will reach out to you, get your mailing address, and we'll put these in the mail to you along with your Coping with COVID face mask. All you have to do is say, I want a Dash for Good Health cookbook, and I will definitely get this to you. Mitchell Peace Georgian says we need her information. Yeah, Mitchell, I'm going to inbox you Regina's contact information. Regina, if it's okay, I'm going to connect you guys together so that, because I see just such great things going on. I do want to update you on what's going on at the nation's capital. I told you early on that a gentleman tried to ram through the barricade of the Capitol building. Well, the suspect is dead. The suspect is dead. Multiple sources confirm the suspect in the attack near the U.S. Capitol has died. Two U.S. Capitol police officers are injured, one of whom were stabbed. I don't see this on CNN, but my producer said one officer has passed away. I don't see that on CNN, but I do see that the suspect has died. The U.S. Capitol is on lockdown after Capitol police officers injured outside the building, and police officials are holding a news conference. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone involved during these trying times. Listen, if you have a story or initiative that could help someone cope with COVID, please go to the TaylorMade production page and inbox me. I would love to feature your story on coping with COVID. If you have a product or what's the other thing I want to say? I can't even think. If you have a product or a service, if you have a product or service that could help someone cope with COVID, please email copingwithTreTailor@gmail.com. And we would love for you to be a proud sponsor of Coping with COVID, just like SCDHEC, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, In It Together SC, the Diabetes Advisory Council. They sponsor Wellness Wednesday. Also, Javis Tax Services, celebrating 20 years of providing expert financial services for the City of Columbia and South Carolina, as a matter of fact. Agape Counseling and Training Center is also one of our proud sponsors. If you're having some challenges coping with COVID, please contact the folks at Agape Counseling and Training Centers. Palmetto Media Connections, The Comet, Catch the Comet to get your vaccine, and you can ride for free. They're going to be with us next week. And also Daniel at Computers Unique Dutch Square Mall for affordable, professional and reliable and trustworthy services. Contact Daniel at Computers Unique Dutch Square Mall. Coming up next, Wellness Wednesday, right here in It Together SC and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council present Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday here on Coping with COVID. It's National Walking Day, and we'll tell you how you can walk to your health. And they're going to start a walking group too. Thursday, like I said, John Andel, the CEO with the Comet Bus System, along with Pamela Bino-Reed, who is Director of Marketing, is going to join us here on Coping with COVID. And then Faith Friday with Tre Tailor. She is a blind singer, pianist, author, and she is still directing her church choir, even though she has a sight impairment. She's got an amazing story. She's going to join us next week on Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor. I am reading this 100 Days of Believing Vigor. It's by Marshawn Evans Daniels, and it is a devotional journal that has really been amazing. So I want to I want to read the devotional today. Hey, Chappelle Broom. She says she wants a Dash for Good Health cookbook. Thank you, Chappelle, so much for watching. I saw that you put your email address, and we're going to reach out to you today to get your mailing address. And Chappelle, I want to talk to you not only about your journey, but I want to get the airport on. So, Chappelle, I'll be reaching out to you really soon. But here's your reading for today. This is called Secret Things. The scripture is, there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries. Here's the devotional. Secret things. Revealing them is a specialty of the Holy Spirit. It's a whisper filled with wisdom. It often feels untimely and inconvenient. But that's how heaven works. And it's how God's promises come to fruition. You see, a major life shift happens with a gentle nudge. We can miss it when we're operating from a place of fatigue, worry, or doubt. However, trust changes what we see and how we hear. Trust changes what we see and how we hear. It takes open eyes to see and ready ears to listen, inviting us into the very thing, we've been praying for. Listening to those divine tugs and recognizing that they're just not coincidences. They'll be your secret weapon when it comes to entering the next level of what God has for you. It's those whispers that accelerate his vision and propel you into your promised land. And it's those whispers from God that reveal God's unique path and unconventional plan for your life. We can't seize what we don't believe. Trusting God is the key to perceiving what God is doing. And the devotional says, what whispers from God have you been doubting, overanalyzing, second guessing, or flat out ignoring? And here's the prayer. Lord, you are always speaking, leading, and guiding. Thank you for removing the mental clutter that blocks me from trusting your whisper. May I trust you in the midst of uncertainty. I want to trust you in the midst of uncertainty, Lord, and also appreciate the beauty of your mystery. That is so good. It's 100 Days of Believing Bigger. Tamika Isaac Devine and Rashonda Pratt both told me about this amazing journal, and I've started reading it. And I'm believing God for some things in this next 100 days. And you can maybe want to check it out too. It's from Rashawn Evans Daniels, 100 Days of Believing Bigger. I haven't stopped reading my Jesus Calling though too. That's fine. My go-to devotional, Jesus Calling. Listen, guys, thank you so much for joining us today on Coping with COVID. We appreciate you so much for watching. We wish you peace, abundant blessings during this Resurrection Sunday weekend. And I hope that you stay safe. Be careful. Get your vaccination, or at least make your appointment. And don't forget, you still got to wear your mask over your nose and under your chin. Blessings to you. And thanks again for watching.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor. Updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. Brought to you by SCDHEC. Visit scdhec.gov for testing and vaccination sites. SCDHEC. Healthy people, healthy communities. In it together, SC and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council presenting Wellness Wednesday every week on Coping with COVID. The City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Agape Counseling and Training Services. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, visit Agape Counseling and Training Services at agapects.com. The Comet Bus System, offering free rides to get your COVID vaccine. Don't miss your shot. Visit catchthecomet.gov. Javis Financial Services, with over 20 years of experience. Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. Honest, professional, reliable computer sales and service. Palmetto Media Connections, connecting media and communities together. Coping with COVID from SCDHEC. In it together, SC, the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Services, the Comet Bus System, Javis Financial Services, Computers Unique, and Palmetto Media Connections.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.